Talk to me, Cleveland. What's going on? This is your brother, Kevin Chill Hurd, and welcome to Chill Talk. We have the super producer in the building. What's going on, Haney?
Hey, hey, hey.
All right,
What's
where are
up?
you at? Where are you at? Where are you headed? Where are you located? What just happened?
I can't be giving out my whereabouts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
especially not after all the drama you was involved in yesterday.
I wasn't involved in it.
People looking for you behind all of that
It
hoopla.
happened around me. I was not involved.
Hey, I want to say what's up to brother Anka Keck in the building. The pseudo killer, the god killer. Hey, Ank, I need to holler at you. Uh, uh, got some other stuff I might need you involved in. So I'll holler back at you later. All right. So are you headed, Haney? Are you headed home? Are you headed to the studio? Where are you headed?
Possibly.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What time of our guest arriving today? What time?
8:30 is normal. Check
Okay.
in.
8:30 normal check-in. Okay, well, I mean, anything you want to say? I had some things I was gonna share real quick. Drew in the
We
building.
got a giveaway today.
Tell the people, hey, the people here right now, the 11,000 is in the building right now. Better listen. What's the giveaway? What are we
Early
giving away?
birds get the worm. We are giving away passes to screen the movie Boogie.
Yeah, the basketball joint.
Yes. So if you are interested in screening tomorrow night, actually, it comes on demand. Okay, wait, somebody was calling me. It comes on demand on Friday, but you can see it tomorrow for the free.
For the free. Okay. Man is saying he can't see anything. Man, let me know now if you can see something. Okay, he says there it is. Okay, so he can see. He can see. We're good. All right. So right now, if you want to see the film, the new film, Boogie, I saw the trailer. I heard talk about it. Looks like something that you want to see. Uh,
I saw it a couple of weeks
oh,
ago.
did you?
Um, I did. It's
It's cool.
it's
It's all right.
it's watchable.
It's watchable. Okay, especially for the free. So, Dawn
Being
Ross
especially
in the
for the
building.
free.
What's going on,
Yeah.
Dawn? Yeah, so everybody get ready. So even for the people watching, no matter where they are, they can watch it anywhere in the United States of America. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So they don't have to be local. We
They do not have
worldwide.
to be local to watch. This is a virtual screening. You can watch from the privacy of your own home, on your cell phone. Well, let me take that back. I don't know. I have to look. I won't say I don't know. I haven't. I don't want to misspeak because sometimes you have to watch on a computer. So
Right.
I'm not sure. So let me say before I say on your phone, and y'all be like, you said phone and it ain't let me log in.
You said
I will
I could watch it
definitely.
on my computer, my phone.
So
Big ups to
we will
Zamunda.
give the info out. It will have all that information when you receive it. You'll know exactly how to log in and how to watch. So yeah, Boogie. It is a story about an Asian American basketball player. So it does tie in some Asian culture with American culture, and just so happens, I mean, this film was actually released before the tragic incident that happened with the spa shooting um, of those individuals, but it does ironically tie in some Asian culture with American culture, and in particular Black culture, because of where he is, where he lives, who his friends are, who his girlfriend is. So that kind of all ties in and relates. It's very new age. I'll say
Okay.
that in
Okay.
terms of the dialogue and things like that. So,
All right. Now,
but y'all
Felicia,
check it out and y'all let us know. We'll revisit this next week.
after
So
we
y'all
all
check
see
it
it, I
out.
see it again after
After
everybody sees it.
everybody sees it, we'll talk. We'll come back and talk about it. So I will not give my opinion to sway you one way or another for to watch or not watch. I'm just gonna say watch it.
All right. We have
Watch
my brother Chip Smith, Walter Chip Smith in the building. Okay, but Felicia, you know how some of our viewers just ball out. So our brother man, financial consultant,
it.
jumped on
Okay.
here and he said, courtesy of Hard Pivot Financial Consulting, we'd like to, it says tongue away. I don't know if that means something else. $20 cash app blessing on behalf of Chill Talk. Now, I'm not quite sure if he's sending $20 to Chill Talk or is he donating some $20 cash app to somebody on Chill Talk. If he's giving us $20 to give away on cash, oh, giveaway, he just said it, the giveaway. All right, so we got people go 20 just for watching right now. Somebody about to get $20 cash app.
Hey, that's enough to buy you a snack. You get the movie for free. You could order you a pizza, and you got you a whole little date night situation for tomorrow night. Okay.
That's right. You about to get cash app $20 and get the movie for the free. That's right. You get a pizza and man, please. Okay. So when we giving away the $20 and when we giving away the giveaway, how long do they have to wait? And what do they have to do?
I don't know, man. Do you have any? I mean, this is definitely a surprise giveaway, but we definitely appreciate it. Boy, we appreciate it here on Chill Talk. Thank you so much for showing us love, for showing our audience love.
Ah, man.
We appreciate you. So
you get the Zamunda flag for that.
Yeah. What let us know if you got something in mind, man. How you want us to give away your $20?
That's right. Come on, shout it out. Shout it out, man. You got a question, producer's choice, what trivia, what you called it out, bro. We go wait on that and see how that goes. But while we're waiting on that, real quick, while man is, I have to share with you guys, unless Felicia want to talk about that drama she was in. I see my man Drew is in the building. I don't think she want to revisit the drama.
Hey, he can talk about it. That's Drew's drama.
No, we're Drew. We got Drew. We got it, man. Anyway, it's always good when you get something from Amazon. So I got my Amazon package the other day on my mama doorstep, and got good books. So I just wanted to share everybody. I'll probably do a whole thing on another day about the books that I received. But just to keep everybody up, I got this. I believe this one is a UNC recommendation. Here we go. I don't know if you can see it. Everyone is African. How Science Explodes the Myth of Race by Daniel Fairbanks. How we all of y'all, don't care how y'all acting. Everybody's African. I already started reading it. It's a good book. That's an UNC recommendation.
Very African.
African. Very African.
Very African.
All right. Also, I want to say this may be another. I had it always in my pickup list for Amazon. This might have been an UNC recommendation. You got to get your history on. The Story of Earth in 25 Rocks. All right, get your geology on, get your earth science cracking. And then one of my favorites, this is a re-up, because I believe I gave it to my son, and he said that he said something different, that he had to get another one. For my martial artist in the building, the greatest samurai swordsman that ever lived, Miyamoto Musashi. The Book of Five Rings, or people may have heard me refer to this book under its Japanese name, Gorin no Sho. So, Book of Five Rings, you know, everybody's familiar with Sun Tzu, Art of War. I'm riding with this. The greatest samurai swordsman in the history of Japan was undefeated from the time he was like 8 years old to the time he was 60, where he climbed up a mountain, went into a cave, wrote this book, and died. So, strategy, Book of Five Rings. All right, brother. Okay, I will revisit all those books, but I just got a new box of books from Amazon, so I'm excited. All right, man says it's up to you guys. He gonna send the money for us to give away on Cash App. He's driving and his phone is about to die. All right, he's gonna send it. Let me check. The Cash App done hit my bank, so it's gonna be up to us. So not only are you gonna win, somebody can win. So now, Felicia. Okay, we lost Felicia because I want to ask her. I believe it may be a twofer. You get the, like she just suggested, you get the movie and the money. So we'll see. We'll come up with some questions, the movie and the money. We'll see what's going on to brother Chip. Chip, we got to get some golf in. Okay, we just lost Felicia, but hopefully she'll be back. What's going on to Dawn Ross? What's going on to Drew? Okay, here comes Felicia back again. Okay, I don't know how she did that. She came back on her own. I didn't even have to let her back in the room. We'll see. We'll see if she gets in that way. She may be having some issues. But my BFF, LaDosha Wright in the building. Dosh, did you see this one? Let me run this one past you again, Dosh. Did you see that one I just got in the mail? Everyone is African. How science explodes the myth of race. Dosh, I'm gonna bring this over by the shop. So we gonna have to we we gonna have to look at it. I'm like one chapter in and it's already fire. And I believe that is a brother Anka Keck recommendation. My stereo, are you trolling? Did you just show up? Did you Uncle Stereo? The hitman is in the building. What's going on, Stereo? We still trying to see if we can get the super producer. She might be en route. Okay, here she comes. Admit. She has now reached. Oh, look at that. She's in the studio with a new outfit on. See how she does it? See how she does it? So LaDosha has joined us. Oh, she want me to show the book again. Hold on, Dosha. Let me see. I don't know if you can. Everyone is an African. You see this, the DNA. You see the genetic codes in there. How science explodes the myth of race. Dosh, this is right up your alley. So I'm gonna bring it to the shop so we can get down with it. Brother Stereo is in the building. He say I'm catching up. What's up, Stereo? Yo. All right. So where we? Oh, Felicia. What I was saying was, so I'm assuming since we got the gift from brother Man from Hard Pivot. I want to get the name of his the company again, and Hard Pivot Financial. That we make that part of the same, and I'm assuming maybe that's what you were saying anyway. That we make that part of the movie gift, so the person that wins the movie gets the $20. So they get the $20 to buy a pizza or whatever, Chinese food or whatever, while they watch the movie. So it all goes to the same person.
Well, we got more than one for the movie. I mean, and depending on how it goes, we might be able to let everybody go see the movie, but there'll be a one lucky person who'll be able to
Okay.
see the movie and
And have 20 bucks with the
get a
movie
$20 holla.
for the
Whatever you
free.
find holla to be. That could be some food, that could be whatever else. We ain't gonna get all into that, but you gonna have $20 to watch this movie with, and yeah, go from there.
All
So
right. Stereo says he said, I love your producer. I don't know if that's because you giving away for the free and money or it's just for the love.
I try to please
But
Stereo.
Brother Stereo
Thanks.
says,
Love
oh,
you, Pat.
okay. See, now we didn't started this already. It happened the other week with Miss Travion. Now Stereo say he wants to take you to the movie. The hitman making his move. I hear you. I hear you, player.
I've already seen the movie, Stereo.
Stereo say he want to take you to the movie. So we go keep tuning in, brother. And although our brother man from Hard Pivot Financial is throwing in that extra $20 for some lucky winner who also gets the movie. Also, let me remind you, feel free, because man, y'all coming up watching Chill Talk. Feel free to support, donate to Chill Talk. You see the Cash App in there, $money, the number 2 chill. So any donation, any support, so we can keep this cracking, and we'll see how it works out.
Dosha thirsty. She said she done already ordered the book.
Man, she didn't even wait for me to bring it over there.
He must be doing talk to text to Amazon to order it.
And those, it's on her step. She had a drone drop it off. Hey, Felicia, I was over my mama house the other day, up on the Lee and Harvard, and across the street neighbor who already like got big, he got about 5, 6 giant snakes that he'd be outside playing with. Other day, he was out there with a drone helicopter across the street. It flew down in my mama's driveway, right up in my face. And he was like, I can see you on camera.
Over, did you?
Huh?
You ain't run it over, did you?
No, I was standing in the driveway. But I told him, I said, man, you always got some slick stuff. If I need to pull a caper, I'm going to have to come holler at you for your gadgets. Hey. He was like, it's cool, chill, just between me and you, bro. I got the technology. Just holler at me. So I might even edit that part out of this video right here. He got the camera on it. Man, it was like all 3 blocks away.
Name was?
I can't even tell you his name. I can't tell.
Mama, chill. If you see me on your street knocking on all your neighbors' door, I'm looking for the man with the plan.
The man with the high tech, the spot with the camera. Man, it was like a zillion feet up in the air by the clouds. He had it like 3 blocks over. It was like, man. And he had the remote control in his front yard. Like, I could see all this on camera. I'm like, I'm gonna be hollering at you. Bro. I'm gonna have to pull off a caper. Val Jackson in the building. Yes, the caper is in effect. We got the technology. Me and Felicia might have to, what Felicia, we'll talk about it. We might, remember that one remember that one caper we was talking about. Now we got some technology behind us. So that's what's up. Man, I can't believe LaDosha got that book but she ordered the book. She wanted to say, let me see it so I know I'm ordering the right one. Dosha, that's how it all started out, LaDosha. Me and you and these books. That's we had to tell that story again. That's how this all got cracking. But no doubt. So yeah. Anything over the week before our guests get here? They should be arriving in a few minutes. But
well, I want to. Does anybody want to weigh in on? Everybody's been talking about this whole relationship expert who got caught cheating.
Oh, uh-oh.
You didn't hear about this?
Oh, is this local? This national? What?
No, this is national. So I mean, he's got like a whole brand. I think his name is Derek Jackson, and he's got this whole thing about, he gives relationship advice. He's written books, and the whole nine.
Val, this your cousin? Val Jackson, that's your cousin? He done got caught out there. How did he get caught, Felicia?
He got caught because one of his concubines was on somebody's show or something. Like, she was being interviewed. I can't say for sure what the platform was, but she was being interviewed, and she, gave up the goods, literally and figuratively. She talked about how she gave up the goods
on television.
I don't know if it was on TV. So I know she was being interviewed. I don't recall what the platform was.
Okay.
But yeah, so now it's been all over social media. That's why I'm like, y'all had to have seen this, because there's there's this video that he and his wife put out where they're sitting. It's very strange. I mean, people are like, sis, blink 2 times if you okay, because it looks like very weird. Like, he got her like, you better get on here and say you forgive me and all is well. And so now, like, the question is his career over? Can you be a relationship expert and then get caught cheating and then confess to cheating, not once but multiple times? And can you still give solid advice? Should people take it?
Bruh, here's some advice. Player, technology will get you jacked up every time. Man, hey, real quick, I forgot, somebody told me, you know what, I'm not even gonna get into that. But somebody forgot to hang up the phone. But that's, I'm not even go Val said her cousin is making money off giving advice to women, and he was cheating all along. So I guess she's saying he can't make a comeback.
Right, because his advice is like, if he ain't doing this, and you need to leave him alone, and all of that good stuff. So
Gabrielle Vaughn said no, he can't. What is he an expert at now? He an expert at getting caught out there.
Well, I guess if he an expert at cheating, he can tell people. He know that he can tell them
what not to do. Okay, that's how you don't try to do it.
Right. So hey,
look here, player. This is what you don't do.
I don't know. They referred to her as, you remember that ventriloquist, Willie?
Willie, yeah.
Was the doll, was the dummy, right?
Yeah.
I remember what the ventriloquist name was.
I forgot what the man's name. He had like 2 names. It was like a first and his last name. Lester somebody and Willie.
Oh, Willie was the man. Lester was the doll.
Okay, I knew it was a Lester and I knew it was a Willie.
Yeah. So they said that's how she was sitting up there. He was looking like Willie and she was looking like Lester. Like, what you want me to say?
Wow.
So yeah, wow. Just interesting. I know that was kind of running through the internet the past 2 days. So I brought it up because, this is Women's History Month. Our guest today will be talking about something dealing with Women's History Month. Nothing messy like what we're talking about right now, but just a little bit of, convo to see what you guys thought and where we were. And, maybe we need to have a show about that. We've had some relationship experts on.
We've had some relationship experts on the show. Yeah, maybe we need to call her back.
We did a show about it maybe like 2 years ago, and it had the street guide on there, Christian Hayward, the street guide. He was in the process of writing this book called All Men Cheat. And there was Chris Marvell. So they're both local. I remember they were both on the show. I can't remember if anybody else was on there chilling. Chris Marvell has written a book discussing it as well. But it might be time to get back and have another discussion about that. People always seem to like relationship shows because everybody's got an opinion. That's something everybody can weigh in on and has an opinion, whether they they done took somebody back or not. They gonna tell you what you need to do and what you
What you? Hey, Valerie
oh,
Jackson
not
said
do.
Valerie Jackson. She must have saw it. She said the Poe wife had a bonnet on in his "I'm Sorry" video.
She did. She did. The wife had on a bonnet for sure.
We got
And
Dr.
people,
Williams ready to come in. Felicia, you ready for me to let her in?
okay. Yeah, we can bring her in. So we just wrapping up discussion about that. Just a little I don't know, current events
All right.
about culture.
As we bring Dr. Regina Williams in, make sure you see the donation. Please support, donate to Chill Talk. You see it in the chat box. Cash App $money to the number 2 chill. So just kick something, just something. Cause y'all done, man, y'all getting prizes, y'all getting cash, y'all getting free movies. We gave away Zamunda flags, t-shirts, Black Panther stuff, and don't forget we gave y'all vibranium. All right, so don't act funny. All right, let's bring
And y'all
Dr.
got stemmies.
And the stem, y'all know y'all got the stemmies. This don't act like y'all again. There's my favorite. Look at that, Dr. Regina Williams. We're gonna wait till she gets her mic unmuted.
Okay, how are you?
Dr. Williams, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Hello.
It's always good to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
For the people, Felicia and I, as well as, on me, on several other different things, have known Dr. Williams for long time. I've worked with her on several projects. So she is just a delight to know and to work with. And she is the historian of Cleveland.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I hope I can live up to all this, and I'll try desperately not to disappoint. But it's wonderful to be here this evening.
And Felicia, look at her hairdo. It's like so nice.
Pops.
Nice little cut.
Pops, honey.
Well, I'm trying, I can't keep up with the young.
Oh, no, you're not trying. You're doing.
All right, Dr. Williams, give us an official, just let the people know, the Chill Talk viewers, a little bit about who you are, what you do, what you've done.
Well, thank you very much again for this opportunity. My name is Regina Williams. I'm a native Clevelander. And for much of my adult life, I have taught history at the post-secondary level. So this is technically my 28th year teaching at the post-secondary level. My students are all grown up. When they come to me for many years, at least this was true when I met Mr. Hurd. I was on the faculty at Cleveland State University, where I taught in the history department for 23 years. And then I left there. I did not retire. I left to work somewhere else. I moved to the Metro DC area and I taught there. At Montgomery College, I taught at the University of the District of Columbia. I taught online for Cleveland State University from the Metro DC area. And I taught in China during the summer of 2018. I taught in South Africa in the summer of 2019. I had a great time. And then I came back home to Cleveland when my course ended in December of 2019. And since January of 2020, I've been working with the Western Reserve Historical Society. Still a historian. I'm historian for life, right? Still not retired. Just got the gray hair going here. Not quite retirement age even, but I love what I do. I do what I love. And the Call and Post and other publications here in the great city on America's North Coast, Cleveland, Ohio, has been very, very kind in allowing me to reach a much larger audience, more than 75 to 100 students that would end up in one of my classrooms in any given semester in those survey courses at Cleveland State. I was able to reach thousands of people, thanks to my friends in the Black media workers here in the city of Cleveland, BMWC. It used to be called Black Media Workers of Cleveland, and the National Association of Black Journalists, and other folks who worked with the Call and Post, the Plain Dealer, and all the various television and radio stations. Radio's a little different now. you know.
Right.
So two is print media. There's still a little bit of that left, but it's a different, very different world when we talk about mass media and communications. So again, thank you for the opportunity to communicate for about an hour or so, perhaps, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour of your time to communicate with your audience. That's who I am. The
Okay,
historian.
really quick though, Dr. Williams, you also are the author of a few books.
Phew.
You want to
Yeah.
shout a couple of those out?
Yeah, the first book I authored was, oh my goodness, has it been 18 years ago? Almost 19, I think. It's Black America, Cleveland, Ohio. It's a photographic history of Black Cleveland. Yeah, I believe that was 2002. Arcadia Publishing does those wonderful little books, slim volumes, about 128 pages each, but containing about 200 vintage photos, all of these focused on Black Americans in Cleveland, mostly in the 20th century, again, because it's published in 2002. But we go from the turn of the 20th century with such notable Negro Americans as Charles Waddell Chestnut, the greatest Black writer at the turn of the 20th century. And we come as close to the present as we can. We've got Mayor Michael White in the book. Trying to think of some of the other luminaries, doctors and lawyers, Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones in the book, the Reverend Dr. Marvin A. McMickle, quite a lengthy chapter on the role of religion and spirituality in the history of Cleveland. It was a joy to put that book together, my first one, and the royalty checks are still coming. So I guess there's
Nice.
other people in the city who are still interested in the history of Black Clevelanders. Did another book I thought was rather interesting called Homegoings, Crossings, and Passings, Life and Death in the African Diaspora. And that was related to a conference that we hosted at John Carroll University. I have various book chapters. One of my favorites has to do with my favorite poet. I've got this little lapel pin. I don't know if you can see that. That's Langston Hughes. But anyway, he's someone who spent some important years here in the city of Cleveland, had a big Langston Hughes centennial celebration that went on for a full year in 2002. He was born February 1st, 1902. When he turned 100, well, he had passed on, but we celebrated the anniversary of his birth 100 years after that important date. Cleveland State took the lead, but there were organizations all over Cleveland. We won a really nice award for that year-long celebration. But the chapter based on research that I did in that year was Mother to Son. And the core of the chapter was a group of letters that are in the Beinecke Library at Yale University. Langston's mother spent a lot of time here in Northeast Ohio after he had become a famous poet, if not a rich poet, in New York City. And it was just interesting to read what she was saying about him. You know, everybody at the church is praying for you, or just all kinds of things that a mother would say to her son in the era of the Great Depression, especially. So, just I think this book that I'm working on now, based on the oral history project that I launched when I was at Cleveland State Praying Grounds, African American faith communities, a documentary and oral history. Over 100 people share their oral histories with me. And so now I've agreed to edit a 2-volume book, 2 volumes of the transcripts related to those oral histories. Most of the narrators were Protestant, most of them were Christians, but there are Muslim Americans and there's one Buddhist, but it's a very interesting way, I think, to look at the Black experience through the lens of religion. So I enjoy doing these books. I also enjoy talking to people, as you can probably tell. I'll stop because I
All right.
may have
Well,
another question.
we love all the work that you do, and like I said, I've had the opportunity to work on you with some projects in the past, and we're gonna keep it a little quiet, but we may have a really big project that we get a chance to work together on coming up soon. Was kind of halted by COVID, but
Yeah.
so everybody stay tuned for that one. We'll be making announcements on that. But Felicia, you reached out to Dr. Williams. So what did you have in mind when you reached out to her and had her, gave her the opportunity to share this knowledge with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually it came to me when she was speaking of this event. Like I was mentioning right before she came on, that it is Women's History Month. And so we have been doing that all throughout the month, just celebrating great women. And this show is an extension of that. But Dr. Williams was telling me about an event that she has coming up, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Event is kind of awesome. So I wanted you to come on and tell us exactly how this came to be, why you or your the organization decided to do this event, to choose this person in particular, and if you could just fill us in on the details.
Sure. One of the things that I have the pleasure of doing in working with the Western Reserve Historical Society is serving as the chair of the 50th Anniversary Committee for the African American Archives Auxiliary of the Western Reserve Historical Society. And so this is the 50th anniversary year, so you can do the math. You know that the group was organized in 1971. There were 23 people who answered to the call to come in to provide support for the Black History Archives Project. The name was eventually changed to the African American Archives Auxiliary, a recognized auxiliary of the Historical Society itself, which has been around for over 150 years. But 50 of those years, this group, or people, like-minded people who believed in the importance of African American history, have been around for a half century now. And we're celebrating that. And one of the ways we wanted to do that was have an intergenerational kind of celebration. There are some of us, and in fact, I will say the majority of us in the Archives Auxiliary are slightly over 50. Right? But we wanted to be very intentional about reaching out to younger leaders, listening to younger voices in this digital age, especially, and reaching a much broader audience because we did that. So thank you, Felicia, for being one of those younger voices that has something to say, certainly. And I hope we've been good listeners. And I'm really glad that we're having this dialogue this evening and working together in Women's History Month. I wanted to say, however, especially for this week's program with the Reverend Courtney Clayton Jenkins, who is the senior pastor and teacher at the South Euclid United Church of Christ. The series itself is titled Black Lives Matter, the Coronavirus Edition. And that is the brainchild of the youngest member of the auxiliary. Her name is Stephanie Barron. She is a member of the Board of Trustees. She's a recent graduate from Cleveland State University. So the interesting thing about the group that we're working with this year, folks range in age from 20-something to 90-something. You know, the 90-something-year-old person is one of our founders, one of the people who said yes in 1971. But again, Stephanie had this idea, you know, that we're going to consider the Black Lives Matter movement, which has been around long before we had the coronavirus, which was something we started dealing with, especially in March of 2020, about a year ago. But Black Lives Matter, certainly longer than that. But now we've got this dual pandemic going, you know, with racism and police violence on the one hand, and then the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, to address that. And then this pandemic, and dealing with the fact that African Americans have been especially hard hit by this illness and the death, you know, that's associated with it. There is no cure. There's some things that we think we can do to stop the spread of the coronavirus. And so again, to consider the importance of that ongoing movement, but within the context of the coronavirus era. That's Stephanie Barron's idea. We said we wanted to consider leadership. leadership in particular that defied the labels associated with being a millennial or a Gen Xer or a member of Generation Y or Generation Z or being a boomer. Okay, I'm a boomer, right? So, that's 1950s. Those people, me, Oprah, and Spike Lee. Yeah, I got in there right before that decade was over, and I'm still going strong. Not quite, as I said, ready to retire, but one of the leaders whose name ended up on the list for one of those young people. She's a 30-something-year-old leader whose leadership skills defied all of those labels. Certainly the members of her congregation are of a huge range of ages. There are infants and children. She's a young mother. She's had a young husband. And then there are people like me with gray hair. But her name is, again, the Reverend Courtney Clayton Jenkins. She accepted our invitation to be a part of this virtual dialogue for such a time as this, to be able to address these concerns related to being a young leader during this era of Black Lives Matter, but also dealing with the reality of the coronavirus and doing religion, being a religious leader in a very different way now. You have to minister to people's needs and offer them comfort and offer them hope when you can't really be in the same sanctuary, even in the same room necessarily with some of those people that you want to minister to. And so, but she's accepted that challenge. Again, she is very good, had already been dealing with people virtually, by radio, by way of the internet. There's lots of video footage and audio out there of the Reverend Courtney Clayton Jenkins. But the message that she's sharing with us in this program that will have its premiere on Friday, the 26th of March, by way of our Facebook group. We all want to watch it together. Remember her team leader. She's got Team Jenkins going, right? Making sure that all the details are handled, all of the questions are answered before we sit down to have these dialogues. Team Jenkins captain, Sharon Clayton, said that the whole congregation is going to watch it with us at 7:00 on Friday, the 26th. We'll share the link through the Facebook event that we've set up and also through Eventbrite, through our Facebook group for the African American Archives Auxiliary. So Pastor Jenkins will be watching with us. The program is just under an hour long, 59 minutes and a few seconds. I'm reviewing what I think will be the final edited version. We want to be good to go and make sure we take care of any edits before we share it with the rest of the world. But we're excited. The virtual thing seems to be working for me. I taught courses online with Blackboard. This is not Blackboard. This is a bit more challenging. So getting used to the changes that have been introduced by way of the evolving technology since I taught that first Blackboard course at Cleveland State University well over 15 years ago, I believe, at this point in time. So in any case, we're excited. There is a learning curve. I have some very good teachers and the 20-something-year-olds and the 30-year-olds who are very patient and willing to work with me. I think the Reverend Courtney Clayton Jenkins is one of those people. She's patient with us. She can go, as you will see, or maybe you already know if you've heard her speak. I had the opportunity to be on a program with her. It's at least a decade ago at the Cleveland Museum of Art on the occasion of the holiday, the King holiday in January. So that would be the third Monday in January, about 10 years ago. And after I heard her speak, I said, note to self, never follow Courtney Clayton Jenkins. If you hear she's going to be on the program, you don't want to go after her because everybody will compare you to her. And I am not her. I have my way of saying things. It's very different. from her method of delivery. And I love what she says, just about everything that she says. I was already converted, if you will. When
Yeah.
she started this dialogue that we recorded on International Women's Day on March 8th. And it was just incredible. But I just sat there quietly and let these two young women have a dialogue. It wasn't really an interview, or but I introduced them and they just took off. And I wanted their faces to be the last ones that people saw on the screen. I wanted their voices to be the last ones that people heard, because there was a message there for such a time as this. I had my turn. Cleveland State let me start teaching in the history department when I was 34 years old. That was a while ago, about 28 years ago. You do the math, right? So you know how old I am now. It's not my turn anymore to be front and center all the time. I think we have to continue to learn from each other. So I'm trying to be a good learner, and a good teacher. And there's some excellent educators out there. Some are in pulpits, some are in classrooms, some are in Zoom rooms. And I am grateful for the teaching and the learning that's taking place in the midst of this dual pandemic. So
Right.
I'm excited about what we are going to hear from Reverend Courtney Clayton Jenkins on Friday, the 26th, for the first time. And then we'll keep the link there. It's part of the Cleveland Digital Public Libraries collection. So the link will always be there as one of the reference materials that people can refer to again and again if they like. But I hope we can come together as a virtual community and watch it from 7 to 8 on Friday night, March 26, 2021.
That sounds great. Let me ask you real quick. Is Stephanie Barron in relation to Margaret Barron?
She absolutely is. She is the niece of
Okay.
our past president for the African American Archives Auxiliary. And as I'm sure you know, Mr. Hurd, Margaret made her transition
Yes.
in December. I believe it was December 15th of 2020. And that was a tough week, to
Right.
have to go to a funeral, if you're Stephanie Barron, for your aunt, who was
Right.
also your mentor, who was the person who invited you, to join the African American Archives Auxiliary and to learn with her, the importance of Black history, even in the midst of this pandemic. Margaret was an incredible person, and she dealt with a number of medical challenges. But here's the good thing about Margaret. One of the best things, there are a whole lot of good things about her, but when I came back from the Metro DC area in December 2019 and started working at the Historical Society in January of 2020, one of the first things I did was call Margaret, who was not well. I don't think I realized how sick she was, but I said, Margaret, it's Regina, I'm back. And I need you. Could you please renew your membership?
Right.
Please come to the virtual meetings. Please write this article for the newsletter. And she did all of that. Her article was on leadership. And I'm thinking, this woman is just incredible, And so I never felt that I was alone. With the first major illness that she experienced around 2006, 2007, I didn't even know the exact nature of that. But another trustee, Ruby Terry, longtime leader at the United Black Funds,
Sure.
at Regina, I talked to Margaret, and she told me, what had happened, and then she started to cry.
Oh, okay.
But Margaret says she wants you to be the acting president. So, it's really humbling, and I have an ego. It makes me feel good when people think that I have something to offer. As a volunteer, as an educator, Margaret was that kind of person who looked at people who were younger, who were working in different fields. She was a faculty member and a librarian at Tri-C, and just a leader establishing the Coalition of 100 Black Women here in Greater Cleveland, that branch of that national organization. So yeah, there have been incredible people for many years working with the auxiliary. I think I'm in good company with the people who
Certainly, you
always.
certainly are. And anybody who's done anything on behalf of the Black community over at the Western Reserve Historical Society, as you know, that I've done for years and years projects over there. But anybody who's done anything over there has had the benefit of the assistance or the knowledge of Margaret Barron and the the auxiliary. So and to find that she personally had confidence in you taking that position is a testament to you, and I'm proud of you, and I know that you will continue the good work in the name of Margaret Barron and just the Black community as a whole. Really quick, I want to say what's happening to Daniel Harris, who has joined us. My sister Roxanne Turner in the building. Brother Man is back. He said he missed the vibranium when we did the giveaway for that. You had to be here for the whole Black Panther giveaway, man. We vibranium posters, hats, t-shirts, man, and we gave away a lot of good stuff. Felicia, only think we gave away a couple of ounces of vibranium, but you missed that one.
Oh,
As well, we will be giving away viewings, at home screenings to the film Boogie. So stay tuned for that. And courtesy of Hard Pivot Financials, somebody's going to be, in addition to getting the free movie to see at home, you're also going to get $20 to get your pizza or some food, something good to go along with your viewing, courtesy of Chill Talk through the gift of a Hard Pivot Financial. So stay tuned for how you want to win that information. All right, Felicia Haney.
So I think it may be a good idea if we give away the $20. So it's kind of, so it goes from a double whammy to a triple whammy, so to speak, right? So if Dr. Williams wants to share how you can participate in this event, I know that you can do it through Facebook, but I think there's also an Eventbrite link. So I'll let you say, Dr. Williams, if you get someone to either say that they're attending on the Facebook link, or if they register through Eventbrite, we will give them the $20 along with the code to watch the movie tomorrow night. How's that?
Oh, that sounds great. So and thank you again for partnering with us. That free advertising, I love it. But we're affiliated with the nonprofit entity, the Western Reserve Historical Society, the 501c3. So we're not getting rich, but we love what we do. So we try to drive traffic to the Facebook page. We encourage people to follow the African American Archives Auxiliary of the Western Reserve Historical Society. We're at about 416 members of that group. So you don't have to be a member to see the post, but it's a public event, the Facebook event. And so you can find it. It's, again, for such a time as this dialogue, Women's History Month dialogue with the Reverend Courtney Clayton Jenkins. You shouldn't have any trouble at all finding that. So that event is available. And again, how are we going to determine which person? Should we give them the first person to register between, what time is it now, Mr. Hurd?
It is 8:59. It's about to be 9 o'clock in a second.
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, the first person to register, I think that was a couple of minutes ago, Ms. Haney, when you made that announcement, between 8:57 and the close of tonight's show, that the first person, right, to register for the event, and I hope it will show up with the date and time of the registration. Mention Chill Talk, in your comment, when you sign up, so we can know how to get that prize to you. Does that sound fair?
Hey, that's more than fair. If I wish somebody was paying me $20 just to go on something, just to go on Facebook and say, "Hey, I'm with Chill Talk." I would sit on Facebook all day and collect $20. Okay,
Okay.
so I think that is more than fair.
Sure. Well, I will. May I email that the name of that individual to you, Ms. Haney, or
Absolutely.
Send it to Felicia.
All right, I will do that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep. Send me that person's name. I will reach out to you and make sure you get your $20 holler for tomorrow night. So you better jump on it, guys. Time's ticking.
All right, great. Yeah, so I'll get the information to you tomorrow night, which is Thursday. But then we'll be sitting down at 7 p.m. on Friday, the 26th, to try to watch that together. But again, the link is always there within the group, and you'll be able to refer to it later if that's not a convenient time for you to watch. So thank you so much for that. And may I say,
I'm gonna go ahead and type it into the chat just so everyone knows. So what should I have them looking for on Facebook? I'm gonna type in the chat.
Okay, the group is the African American Archives Auxiliary hyphen Western Reserve Historical Society. And that's the only event that we have, upcoming event that we have listed right now for that group. And it's the Women's History Month event with the Reverend Courtney Clayton Jenkins. But please mention Chill Talk. Okay, so we'll know that you're the winner who gets the cash. Everybody's a winner when they can listen to your program, right, Mr. Hurd?
That is correct. Listen to Chill Talk and win. That is one of our mottos, among many other mottos, but that is one. Watch Chill Talk and win. We give away great prizes almost every show. So in addition, I'd like to say what's going on to my man Alfred Lewis Joyner, Louis Lou, all the way he's in the Nashville area, Cashville. I believe technically he's in Lebanon, Tennessee. So big ups to Louis Lou and everyone that is joining us. Please feel free to share the show so more people can hear about this information. And also when we know that you share things, we also give gifts and prizes to our known sharers of Chill Talk. So keep up the good work, my Chill Talk people. All right, Felicia is getting that information in there. And while she's doing that, real quick, Dr. Williams, if you can just let the people know just briefly, what is the African American Archives Auxiliary? What is that?
Okay, well, thank you. We have, as I said, been around with a different name for half a century now. And so Kermit Pike, who was the director of the library for many years, you're smiling, you know that name too.
Yep, sure.
But and Kermit, I understand, is writing a book about the auxiliary. But again, the archival collections, the manuscript materials, the photographs, the papers, even non-circulating books in the reference library are associated with documenting African American history in this part of the world. And so certainly those in the Western Reserve, Greater Cleveland, are appreciative of the history that is documented in that collection. But also there are people who come from other parts of the world, you know, to take advantage of the opportunity to do research in those collections in the library. So the auxiliary is there to promote the collection and the preservation of those primary and secondary sources related to the contributions of African Americans to the shaping of the local, regional, and national history in this part of the United States of America.
All right, and certainly I know Kermit Pike. You can't know the history of the Western Reserve Historical Society or work in any capacity with Bob Render and not know these names. And actually, I had the opportunity to work with Kermit Pike when we were gathering information from Mr. George Forbes. He contributed, and we actually went over Mr. Forbes' house and was going through the many things that end up being contributions to the Historical Society and certainly the archive. So yeah, I worked with Kermit Pike in that. Also, I want to say what's going on To my man Ronnie Knight, who has joined us. Good to see you in the building, Ronnie, and everybody watching. Share. My cousin Free is also in the building. Make sure you're watching because we will be giving away free movie screenings of the new film, yet to be released film, Boogie. So if you want to be able to win that, and you might want to catch up on information we just gave away on how you win that and $20. I think the people that were watching at the time of that announcement may have the heads up on you on that one. But keep watching, and we will be doing some more giveaways. All right, Sister Haney.
All right. Well, just for clarity, it has been released. So it's not unreleased. It's in the theaters, but you can't go see it for free in the theaters, right?
That's right.
So it is about to be released on paid video on demand starting on Friday. But you get to see it for how much, Chill?
For the free.
For the free, courtesy of Chill Talk. You get to see that tomorrow evening for the free. Not only are you going to be able to see it for the free, we paying you. We're giving you $20 and you get to get up to speed on what the African American Archives Auxiliary is doing. See another program for free. You know, get you some food, get you, whatever your $20 wants to buy you while you watch the film tomorrow night, or while you watch this program on Facebook Friday night. So we just got a lot of great stuff here. So we got a message from Daniel Harris, who says that he requested to join the auxiliary group and he didn't see the event.
Oh, well,
I think that means he wants that $20 too, and the
and he should get it.
and the movie.
Are you going to save the chat for Mr. Harris so I'll know when he sent that message? Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, if you save the chat and I can see that, then I will know that he tried to do the right thing. It's interesting with the technology. I'm not new to Facebook, but I have it set up on automatic approvals when people when they request to join the group. I don't screen any. If people say they're folks of goodwill, they're interested in African American history, I want them in the group. And so he shouldn't have to get an approval from me. He should be able to join automatically.
And Daniel Harris is a good brother, so
yeah, and then we want good brothers and good sisters in the group. So yeah, we definitely would welcome him to the group, and I'll watch for your name. I will check, to make sure that there are no rules that have been changed. I'm not the only administrator. There are 3 administrators, but as far as I know, there should be automatic approvals. Thank you, Mr. Harris, for your interest.
So I've also pinned my email address in the chat. If you guys see that, FeliciaC.Haney@gmail.com. I pinned it there. So Daniel, feel free to email me as well so that I can go ahead and get you the info on how you can watch the film tomorrow night. And we'll be definitely sure to get you not only your $20, but make sure that you are good to go for Friday night's event as well. So thank you for posting that here in the chat so that we were aware of it, and congratulations.
My man Daniel Harris.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Keep watching and supporting Chill Talk. You show us love, we show you love. That's what we do here. So thank you so much. And yeah, I may be giving away some more movie passes. So
okay, stay tuned, guys. Keep ready.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
She'll keep you posted.
So can you tell us a little bit, because I know that this event that is taking place for Women's History Month, which is a pretty special event, is pretty cool. And because it's not every day that we see young female female period. I'll say female first to begin with, young or old. It's not every day that we see female pastors, but especially young, 30 something female pastors who are doing their thing, even in 2021. For some reason, this is like still an anomaly. So kudos to you for to the organization for deciding to do an event like this. But this is not the only event that you have coming up. So if you want to touch a little bit about on some other things you got coming up in the next couple months, just to keep folks on their toes about what this organization is doing, and just to let them know why they should keep their eyes on you.
Well, thank you for that question. And again, we launched the official anniversary series in February with a dialogue, a community dialogue with one of our founders. And that's Mr. Robert Prince Madison, the founder of Madison. And well, it was Madison, but now it's Robert P. Madison International, the first Black architect in the state of Ohio to open his own practice. And that was in 1954. Which it's more than a lifetime ago for most of us, right? But and he did that in the Glenville community, and again, the firm is internationally known and working throughout the international community, but still headquartered here, Robert P. Madison International. He's retired now, but there are family members who are still affiliated with that historic, history making, still making the history in that firm. And then that was in February 19th. We had its premiere, but the link is still available. If people missed that and they want to watch, you can go to the group and go to February 19th and the past event and get that link. Again, Women's History Month with Courtney Clayton Jenkins in March. And then in April, we're trying something different. April, as most people know, April 4th was the date of the assassination of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968, but it is also the National Month of Hope and National Poetry Month. And so we're working with an incredible educator and performance poet, Daniel Gray Conter, and 12 Literary Arts. He's doing a special tribute that will focus on the history of Cleveland, the history of Glenville, and also Dr. King's work here in the city of Cleveland as it relates to Glenville. And so again, looking forward to that. We're not moving away from, not ignoring the holiday in January, but it's a very crowded weekend, that third Monday in January. In April, there's still something that we can celebrate, I think, in the National Month of Hope, and do it through the arts by supporting Daniel Gray Conter and 12 Literary Arts. So it's a new MLK tribute. Hope people will enjoy that. And it is presented virtually as well. In May, again, getting back to that topic of leadership that defies labels, Ms. Shakira Diaz is going to be our guest speaker. It'll be the last Friday in May at 7 p.m. We're going to continue to focus on the second half of the month for the whole series. And again, she's going to talk about her work as an activist and someone who uses the law, understands the law, and then tries to use it with a view toward transforming the society, by teaching people how to exercise their rights, how to act responsibly, how to be good citizens, and also to enjoy the full rights and privileges that go hand in hand with citizenship. So there are several members in the group that met her through her work with the ACLU. That's Shakira Diaz in May. And that event is for the commemoration of the birth month of El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, Malcolm X. And then in June, there are a couple of things going on. There's a partnership opportunity with a group that's celebrating Juneteenth program on Saturday, June 19th. And so the Rashad Center Incorporated, my nonprofit organization, the Center for the Study of Religion and Spirituality and the History of Africa and the Diaspora, that's Rashad. We're coordinating what we call Magnolia Fest. And for those nearby neighbors in University Circle, Magnolia Drive is a main drag for a lot of us. It's the entrance to the parking lot for the Historical Society is actually on Magnolia Drive, but so too is the main campus of the Music Settlement. And so there are some great artists there who've agreed to partner with us to celebrate Black freedom on Juneteenth weekend. So we look forward to that. But also in the month of June, that last Friday, Professor Shirley Allen Harris, longtime trustee and now trustee emerita for the African American Archives Auxiliary, is going to host an interactive 1619 project using Zoom. So that'll be on the last Friday in June at 7. We get a break in the month of July, but in August, the anniversary month for the signing into law of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, we're planning to host a virtual panel presentation featuring Black elected officials in August of 2021. So it's a full calendar of events. That's the end of our program year. The new program year starts in September, but those are the events, thank you, Ms. Haney, for asking, that we have scheduled so far. And we're excited about being able to bring all of these celebratory activities to you virtually, but to keep the links available so people can refer to them over and over again in their digital reference libraries. Hold on to the link, but also know that COVID-19 protocols permitting, there will be complimentary face-to-face activities. The museum is open. You know, we're coming up on the first longer weekend where the museum will be open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this last weekend in March 2021. So again, there's a lot going on, a lot to see there at the Cleveland History Center at 10825 East Boulevard, but you know, always a lot to see online as well with Digital Cleveland starts here for the Historical Society.
Now, Dr. Williams, I do want to tell you that we had someone else also join. Denise Likes says she requested to join the African American Archives Auxiliary, and she was approved.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. Thank you.
But she did say that she also didn't see the event, but she is approved. So she joined and she is approved. So you got another member here.
Well, thank you so much. And again, if you just, well, I can't really describe the environment. I don't know if you go entering from the phone and the screen looks a little different, you know, but there's just one event section once you're in the group itself, but you should be able to find it with a general search on Facebook for Courtney Clayton Jenkins, Women's History Month Dialogue for such a time as this. So if you throw in all the right keywords, I think you'll be able to find it. And you should also be able to find it through Eventbrite. I know that it will list all the events in the greater Cleveland area. So if you search, that's the only one that she's doing on Friday night for the African American Archives Auxiliary. It'll take you right to the Facebook page.
So I think what's happening is that we sent them to the Quad A page, and they're not seeing it on there. So you're saying that
they should be able to see it on both places, Eventbrite and also Quad A, in the events for the Quad A Facebook group.
Okay, so I was a little bit confused because it was sounding like you were saying to search the event, the court need to search that on Facebook and not the Quad A. So are you saying you can search Quad A and it should still be there, or do you have to search that as an event in itself?
Yeah, it's a public event, and so in theory, you know, if everything works the way it's supposed to, people should be able to find it, whether they're members of the group or not, or whether they're you know, on Facebook. You don't have to be on Facebook to find these public events. They tell me, you know, I've been a member for a long time, so I haven't had problems in finding it. But, you know, let us know, you know, as people try to get to the information. I'm hoping that they'll share in the chat and let you know if they're having any challenges getting the information that they need. But it should work. And I'm glad that was Denise Likes,
Denise
right?
like, and she said hello to you. She also said
Right.
hello, Dr. Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, Miss Likes. I love that title. This is my 20th anniversary, Mr. Hurd, of walking across that stage at Case Western Reserve, when you get the hood and
Yeah,
they
right.
welcome you to the community of scholars. Dr. Janice Taylor Hurd can tell you about that, right?
She certainly can.
You take your whole family with you, right?
That's
Everybody's
right.
smiling because everybody has sacrificed. By the time you get that terminal degree, there have been times when you were away from your family, and when you cross over, right, and you're in that community of scholars, it's really an incredible feeling. So happy anniversary to me. Thank you for letting me.
Yes,
You
happy
are
anniversary.
congratulations, happy anniversary on that. Now we have to say that when Dr. Janice Taylor got her PhD, I think she was like 28 years old or something like that.
Oh, all right.
So
Young
yeah, she so yeah, she went right through. But I do want to say, Felicia, since Denise did join, how about she also gets to be one of the winners of viewing the movie?
Yes, I was gonna give Denise ticket. I was gonna say now the $20 is already gone, Denise.
Daniel got the $20, Denise, but you get the movie.
But we do love and appreciate you, and we will for sure give you passes for the movie. So once again, I did pin my email address in the chat. So be sure to email me, and I will forward you all the information necessary so that you can watch the film tomorrow night.
All right, all right. And Denise, you already you won the film. She's saying happy anniversary to Dr. Williams. Denise, you got the film already, sis. Yeah, Denise
nice
is
to me.
You
Denise.
know, Denise is such a sweet
She
and
really is.
just lovable person. So she is just sending well wishes because that's what Denise
Thank you.
does, whether she's getting something or not. So we do love and appreciate you, Denise. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your shout outs. And yeah, we gonna hook you up, girl. So make sure that you email me and I can get that info to you. And be sure that you join the event on Friday as well.
And Denise is one of our good members of the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists, our local NABJ
Yes.
chapter. Denise is one of our good members. So always good to see Denise out there supporting. And she's a big Chill Talk supporter. She watches us all the time. So, again, thank you. And Felicia is right. She's one of the sweetest people that you could ever meet. So yeah, I'm glad that she was able to join, and I'm glad that she's going to be able to win the free screening. I think it's free. How much does it cost, Felicia?
It's oh wait, let me look at the paper. For the free.
I'm waving the Zamunda flag. Okay.
Hey.
That's what's up. Hey, people, you can still go ahead and share the show. Good information, good connections, good prizes.
Bill got all his stuff. I gotta start showing my. See, I got me some soul glow over here.
Oh, you had a soul glow. See, I still have my Zamunda flag.
Y'all don't know what I'm looking like under here. I'm getting it ready. I'm getting it.
And in case I have to make a face, I got my Ice Cube mean face ready to pull out.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it, and not just for joining us, but thank you for the work that you're doing. This is we need this. We need people like you. We need people to be documenting our history, to be telling our history, to be turning it into these great events, to have this history in the making also be told. So we definitely appreciate you and your work. So kudos and hats off to you. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yes, for sure. And Dr. Williams, real quick, our brother, our old Colin Post buddy, AP Anthony Alexander also is been watching the show. So I know he's giving you a big shout out.
Yeah, well, the wonderful thing about when you're in grad school, I went the non-traditional route, so I wasn't, I didn't go right through like Dr. Janice Taylor Hurd, I went a
Oh, I was
different
gonna say, if you went to grad school with AP, you definitely went non-traditional.
Oh, no, thank you.
You
Anyway,
didn't go to grad school. I'm kidding.
no, I was on the mommy track, so
Right.
two children by then. And so it just takes a little bit longer when you're working, full time at Cleveland State, not teaching, but, in offices, in the registrar's office and other places, the purchasing department, and then trying to finish that degree and then eventually getting to grad school and being on the mommy track. But no regrets. Now I'm on the grandmommy track, right? Because I had those babies when I was young rather than going right through grad school. But the thing about, what you said, being able to document the history and make the history and plan the program, you don't do it alone. And if you're writing history, you absolutely need the journalist. You need the oral historians, you need a whole community of writers, especially, and we couldn't do it without the newspapers. So that's how I ended up in Black Media Workers of Cleveland when I was in school. And also, the name change almost caught me off guard. It was just the Cleveland chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists, and now you've got a unique name, right, for the chapter here. I saw the Facebook page, but freelance writer.
Chill serves as our illustrious president.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm the president of the organization.
NABJ.
Yes, the
Oh,
Cleveland
that's great.
Cleveland
Yeah.
chapter.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just incredible, and and you historians have egos, as I said before. To see your name in print, that byline, I still have all those articles, whatever I published in the Call and Post, the Communicator News, the Plain Dealer. They're all in photo albums right on the bookshelf in my living room. But it's a beautiful thing, when you're working with editors. Nobody has to publish what you write. But when the editor says, okay, you make this change, or I will make this change, then we will put it on the page. But do people even talk about column inches anymore? I don't know how much things have changed. Usually it's characters I'm reading or word length. Now, when people talk about the publishing online, I don't know.
We still talk about your story's too doggone long.
Okay, that's how you say. Tighten it up.
Either cut it in half or we'll do it for you.
You're a tough editor.
Hey, let me tell you, this one over here, Felicia Haney, is one of the best in the game. You need something edited, shortened, fixed. You wrote something crazy and you wanted to look real slick. Cause she will hook it up. But yeah, no, we're lifelong journalists. And so that's what we've done, what we do, what we love, and in whatever capacity we continue to be. And while we mentioned it, shout out to the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists. I'm honored to serve as the current president. I served 4 years under Harry Bomer when he was the president as his vice president. And everybody still keep in mind, in 2025, we will be having the national convention here in Cleveland for the National Association of Black Journalists coming to Cleveland. It's a big deal. We'll be working towards it. You'll be seeing things that we'll be doing as the time progresses, and 2025 will be here in no time. So stay tuned, and all of my people from the local NABJ chapter, let's stay hard at work.
And let's give a shout out to the people who joined us in trivia on Thursday. Denise was one of those people as well. But we actually hosted our first ever online trivia, the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists, and we had a ball. So people were actually texting me afterwards like, hey, are you guys going to be doing this every Thursday? I'm like, absolutely not. It was fun.
It was really fun.
It's some work behind that too. So it is something that we will be doing monthly. Again, just like in Chill Talk fashion, we've given away prizes. But it's something that we do, we incorporate things like history and like current events, and just to keep us on our toes, to see it's fun, but it's a learning experience as well. So we will be doing that monthly. It might look different, every month won't be exactly the same, but we will keep you guys posted on that as well. And definitely just a good time. So I want to shout out everybody that joined us this past Thursday night as well.
It was a ball. I had a blast. So yeah, all the members who are watching right now who didn't make it there, and we will be inviting some people, getting special invites to join us and be a part of that event as we continue it and getting to know the people. And really quick, our members, people in Cleveland, we have many members. A lot of them are known people in the community. Of course, Leon Bibb, Harry Boomer, Russ Mitchell are the big names, but
New Yorker.
Sia New Yorker, of course. And Sia does double duty. Not only is she a member, she is our regional director for the NABJ. So big ups to Sia. But so many people, bloggers, online.com, podcasters. We have a full range of memberships, and we do incredible things. But Dr. Williams, we did a play.
Yeah.
We had a play starring two of our members, Miss Sandra Bishop and Mr. Leon Bibb. We did a play, very successful play. We raised over $1,000. It was part of a fundraiser, and so look for our organization to do lots of other things. But it was good things coming from the GCLA BJ.
Now, was that with Mr. Bibb? Was that a virtual performance?
It was virtual.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So it was after the theater shut down.
Right. We initially planned to do it on stage.
Yes.
But after COVID, we still wanted to, and the play was kind of meant for, if any play could still be done virtually, this was the one. It's called Love Letters. And I believe we may be re-airing, and I'll talk to the executive board, we may be re-airing that, but Sandra Bishop, and well, you already know how Leon does it, but Sandra Bishop turned up for that one. So we'll let everybody know when we're going to re-air that play. But it was phenomenal, and thanks everybody who joined, who paid, who donated, who bid on items that we auctioned off. Yeah, so it was a successful event for our first time of something like that, and it came out really good.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned podcast and associated that with journalism. I when our youngest trustee, Stephanie Barron, again the niece of Margaret Barron and the daughter of Barbara Barron, so the Barron family has been very good to the African American Archives Auxiliary. I had listened to podcasts. I had never thought about creating a podcast, but Stephanie brought to us this idea of Black Lives Matter, the coronavirus edition, as a podcast. And so what we present, with the video on Friday, we want to share the audio as well. And that's what I think, the mass media is starting to mean to me. There are all these different platforms, for delivering the news or the message or the information. And podcasting is one of them. Every morning now, I listen to Apple News This Morning, I think it's called. But, it's just like all the best journalism. It's about 10 or 12 minutes. That's how I start my morning walk, listening to that. And I just think it's such a neat way. It's not like turning the pages in the New York Times, but it's such a neat way to get information, and to be focused, even if you're doing something else, like, trying to get your 10,000 steps in.
Right.
It's a good way to do it. So thanks to the journalists again for being so versatile. It's not just about the daily paper anymore. It's all these other different media outlets.
Lots of platforms.
I think it's great. Yeah.
And if you ever need guests, Chill has a story for everything. I'm telling you, if you guys were on the online trivia on Thursday, you got just a taste of almost every single subject that came up in the trivia. Chill had an accompanying story.
Okay.
So if
That
you
was also associated with the wine that I had while we were playing. But I do.
it's
I,
his Bigfoot story, but that's
I
gonna be
see. I do want to also give a shout out. Speaking of podcasters, my brother Daryl Shake and Bake Sullins of No Negations clothing line and podcast is watching right now. And he says, "What's up to Chill and the super producer?" He actually joined me Friday when we interviewed martial arts Thai Bo master Billy Blanks. So he, Daryl, joined me and assisted me with that interview. And anybody wants to go back and see the Billy Blanks interview, people know him from, of course, the iconic Thai Bo, but we know him as a martial arts master from this area, from Erie, PA, but obviously moved out to Hollywood and became famous for Thai Bo. But Daryl and I did an interview with Billy Blanks, and Daryl asked about you, Felicia. He said you never are there when he's there, but he's watching today, and so you're on here. But you can go to my YouTube channel, the Kevin Chilher YouTube channel, and find that interview we did with Billy Blanks. So it was really cool, and thanks Daryl for joining in on me, and support his podcast, No Negation. I always put an S at the end, so just No Negation, not No Negations, No Negation. Got it. Daryl, put it in the link so people can go there and support you and check out what you do. But it was cool. All right. Felicia, are we done? Are we giving any one more away before we leave up out of here? She's thinking about it. She's on mute, but she's thinking.
I will. So I will give. I'll actually be kind of generous. I'll give the next 5 people if you want who email me. I will give you the information for tomorrow night, and I will also forward you the information from the Eventbrite link that I have for Friday night's program as well. So again, my email is still pinned in the chat. Take advantage.
The next 5 people
emailing me on no other stuff. When I say take advantage, I'm saying.
Hey, already the hitman said he wanted to go to the movie with you. So
this like a burner email, like how you have a burner phone, like a throwaway phone. This is like a burner email. So if you come in here with some crazy, that email will. It's like an Inspector Gadget.
It is self-destruct. So the next 5 people that email Felicia will get a free viewing of the movie Boogie. So the next 5 people to email Felicia and say, I want the movie. Hook me up. So let's get that in.
Email me. Put photo free in the subject line.
Photo free.
ChillTalk photo free in the subject line. And I got you. So we take care of our people here on ChillTalk, our viewers as well as our guests. Thank you once again so much. We appreciate you for joining us this evening. And anything else you want to add? Is there any way that people can keep up with you or the auxiliary, or you want to give that information?
Well, sure. Again, we like to keep the whole family, our greatly extended family, right, together in the Facebook group, over 400 people now. And maybe that's not a lot, but when I consider that we just started this group in March of last year, and we have over 400 people already who said yes to history and agreed with us on that. I think that's pretty special. So, and we've got some celebrity members too, like Mr. Paul Hill and Dr. Lolita McDavid. I mean, really, Ms. Janice Eatman Williams, just some powerful writers who share their ideas. and you don't get away with much, right? Sometimes it's so moving, so thought provoking. I was like, oh my goodness, it's too early in the day for this, but it's real. you know, it's what people are dealing with. And so we don't necessarily censor people. There's nothing vulgar about telling the truth, especially with so much pain and so much suffering and so much death, associated with COVID-19 and the police violence that we've been dealing with as it relates to Black Lives Matter. So again, it is there, but there's great joy. So it's music and arts, the humanities, the fine and the performing arts. All of those people are there. So we encourage people to meet us, in the Facebook group and to stay with us for a while. So I'm one of the 3 administrators for that. Stephanie Barron is another, and Cheryl Allen Harris is the third. So that's a good place to find me, right? If you're looking for me. But I just got my own Facebook account too. And you can look for Regina. Nobody spells it this way, and I'm aware of in Cleveland, except me, right? It looks kind of like Virginia. I guess.
Which people do say.
Yeah, including my relatives, right? But it's just Regina, but that IA on the end, people figure you got to do something with that, but it's just Regina. So you can find me on Facebook. And also the Rashad Center has a blog site. Does that, I have a WordPress blog site. Does that make me a journalist? I don't know. If I'm a blogger, am I a journalist?
If you pay the money to join the organization.
We're making you a journalist.
If you call the treasurer and make that payment, we'll take it.
Okay, so let me try to work on that. And I'm not going to ask you how much it costs. I'm just going to go,
It's not much. It's really not much at all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it costs. There's no charge to listen to this great radio program and to watch.
That's right. But you sure can donate something to the Cash App, $money to chill. Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, but it's just, you all are doing incredible work, and again, we absolutely could not write history without the journalists. And for example, at the Cleveland History Center, we had a staff meeting virtually, right? Zoom meeting on Tuesday morning, and the digital access in-house expert, was telling, how you can create all these digital pieces, videos, digital images, all of that, but you have to preserve the digital document, if you will, for future generations. So we just need the writers, the preservation experts, the archivists, all of those folks help us to do what we do as historians. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, and you know what? I do also want to tell everybody that, and I'm glad you brought that up, for those of you all who have never been to the Western Reserve Western Reserve. Okay, give me the exact name. Case Western Reserve Historical Society.
Not Case.
The Western Reserve Historical Society.
Yes.
There you go. Western Reserve Historical Society. I've gotten checks from them, so I need to know that information. But if you ever have the chance to go over there, loads of history about Cleveland, Ohio, about the area, about how we came to be Cleveland, what we were before we were Cleveland, about the brother who helped locate and create what was to become Cleveland. We know about the brother, the gentleman named Cleveland, but you can also find out about a Black man who assisted and contributed into establishing what became Cleveland, as well as people know it for the cars, the Crawford Auto Museum, and you can ride on the carousel, man. That is the coolest. That's one of the coolest things that there is there. Get on that carousel that used to belong to Euclid Beach?
Yes, it was Euclid Beach.
Yeah.
And, may I say also, Mr. Hurd, that COVID changed a lot of things. There were certain places in the museum that were like kid friendly. You could actually touch things, you know, but those kinds of surfaces hold on to a lot of germs, you know, and so the carousel was one of the first areas that was shut down.
Shut down.
Until you try to figure out, you know, how you're
How,
going to make it safe. For those of us who remember Euclid Beach, which closed in 1969, you know, the big kids like me who want to get on the horses and ride, you know, even when my grandchildren didn't want to ride, I had my big self on one of the carousel horses. And so again, there is this learning curve. We want to keep people safe, want to keep people healthy. We got all the deep cleaning going right now. We require social distancing. People have to get a ticket. You know, they can't just show up on the day of that they want to visit. So you have to go online and make a reservation. But slowly but surely, we're opening up the Cleveland History Center on more days in the week, and that's a beautiful thing. So we look forward to the day, you know, when we can go back and do a lot of those things that we are not able to do right now because some parts of the museum are closed. The research library, where the archives are, that area is closed right now because the museum received a major grant. And so a multi-million-dollar kind of renovation is going on right now. They knocked out walls and now they're rebuilding. And we hope by early summer, let's say July.
Okay.
So we have a brand new research library, brand new home for the African American archives and all the other archival collections in that library.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, we really, as Felicia said, we appreciate you spending this time with us, giving us that information. Congratulations to all the people who won things. We know for sure that Denise won a viewing. My brother Daniel Harris won a viewing, and is that Alexander Hamilton on the? No, that's Andrew Jackson on the 20. We're trying to get Harriet Tubman on that 20. So yeah, but he did win a hot 20 to go along with this free viewing. So congratulations. And hopefully those 5 people hit Felicia up on her email to be able to also see the movie Boogie for free at home, courtesy of Chill Talk. All right, guys, great show, excellent show. Even LaDosha joined in and said, excellent show. My brother Daryl made sure that we knew it is the No Negations podcast. No Negations podcast. You can see it in the chat right now. So support that brother and his efforts and all the things that they do with No Negations, and get some cool No Negations gear.
Wow.
So, all right, we are out of here. Anything on the way out, Haney?
No, sir.
All right, Dr. Regina Williams, we appreciate you. We love you. Keep up the good work. And we are gone out of here, guys. You know how we do it on the way out. We throw up those 2 fingers and we're gone. Peace.
All right.
All right.
God bless.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.